are going to tell you why you don't deserve to be tired, because they did all you did and more, and then some, and then still had to walk 5 miles uphill both ways and bought a house. Yeah, all right. Younger generations, if they hear that you're tired, they're going to tell you why they're more tired than you, right? And then your generation, they're just going to be like, join the club, right? Get some Starbucks, jump back in the game, all right? You're not done playing. That's what they tell you. Actually, tell that to your boss. He'll schedule you more shifts.
What's the most pettiest thing you've taken from your ex after y'all break up?
Oh, God, this is how I found out how petty my friends are, right? So a buddy of mine lived with his girlfriend, but his girlfriend cheated on him, right? So he called me and said, Jordan, I need you to take me to Joann's, the store. I was like, I didn't even know he knew what Joann's was. So we pulled up to a Joann's, right? He comes in, he gets a pair of scissors. I'm like, what are you going to do with that? He's like, just drive me back to the house. Get to the house. He cuts off all the hoods on all the hoodies in the house. And he was like, her ears will never be warm. She will only have sweatshirts. I'm like, that's evil. You know what I'm saying? Then he took all of her favorite cereals and moved all the boxes to the top shelves. Then he took a screwdriver and unscrewed the doorknobs just enough. If you turn them, they fall off. And then he took her shoelaces, and then he siphoned only like $20 worth of gas from her car. He said, she's going to know the wrath of Daniel. I'm like, this is a lot. Jeez almighty. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I wanted kids my entire life. Until about like 10 minutes ago. Being a parent nowadays needs to be an Olympic sport. You want to know why? I'm walking out of the gym, right? I see this young lady and her son walking into a Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm like, well, that's adorable, little family dinner night, right? But then the mom said to the son, now do not bring your phone into the restaurant. The son said, why? The mom then said, because I don't want you on your phone while we're eating dinner. The son said, but you have your phone. Mom then said, yeah, but I'm an adult, I can do that. The son then calmly said, well, Susan, because of health issues nowadays, all menus are electronic. He's like, so then we would need our phones to look at the menu unless we all want to share one phone. Then he said, that doesn't seem too practical, does it, Susan? She looked at me, and I looked at her like, it doesn't seem that practical, Susan. I'm not going to lie to you. I saw her face. She was defeated. You got to be sharp raising kids nowadays. I'm sorry. Hey, quick question. How petty am I allowed to be if it is about my food, right? Because yesterday I bought a double chocolate chip cookie with chocolate chunks, right? I saved it at the house. So after a long day of work, I can go home, get into my soft pants, right? And eat my cookie in peace. But then I go home, cookie's gone. Now I'm mad at the family, right? I'm the only one in the family that remembers the Wi-Fi password by heart. So I go to all of our devices, right? I erase the Wi-Fi history, and then I rip off the router sticker that has the Wi-Fi password. I threw it into the ether, right? I now became the key that unlocks the door, right? So I sit down in the living room, I turn the Wi-Fi off, wait for the family to all convene in the living room. They're like, hey, what happened? I'm like, what happened is things are going to get biblical if you don't tell me who ate my double chocolate chip cookie with chocolate chunks, right? My dad's like, I want to watch football. I'm like, that's awesome. We can talk about football after I get my cookie back, right? Turns out I ate the cookie a day ago and I just forgot, but still I realized how bad it can get. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when we're finally going to understand that this new generation of workers is not to be played around with. You get what I'm saying? If they don't like a job, they will leave it. Gone. Vamoose. They will quit so fast. A 2-week notice is just a really funny joke to them. At this point, it's an urban legend, right? My friend worked at Baskin Robbins for 2 days, right? And my friend had one specific rule. Do not make fun of Harry Potter, right? His manager said, Harry Potter's stupid. My friend said, say that again and I will quit right now. And the manager called the bluff. He said, Harry Potter's stupid. Guess what my friend did? He got a scoop of mint chocolate chip and then got out of there. The manager had to close by himself. My friend said, I will not be disrespected in the workplace. I'm like, look, what? Right at our job, right? Somebody said, hey, don't schedule me on Mondays. And guess what they did? Scheduled him on Monday. And guess what happened? He's not working Mondays anymore because he quit expeditiously. He sent me a SpongeBob meme that says, I don't really feel like it. That's the workplace nowadays. Respect your workers, please. It's
on the Kappa show. Man, I thought so. Are you from Miami originally? No.
I just realized I never heard The Weeknd talk, ever. He seems so friendly. He should be named the 3-Day Weekend because he's just so...
It's a mistake you learned the hard way that you can now help people to avoid.
If you're in a relationship with someone and they ask you, would you love me if I was the answer is yes. The answer is yes to any of it. Would you love me if I was a worm? Yes. Would you love me if I was a table? Absolutely. One time, my mom asked my dad, would you love me if I didn't exist? That man looked at me, I looked at him, and I'm like, you know the answer. He said, of course. That was the smartest thing he's done all day. You want to know why? Because even if it literally, psychologically, philosophically, anatomically makes no sense at all, that doesn't matter. Because your love should be so strong that even if you never knew that person ever existed ever, you would never love somebody else. Okay? Want to know why? Because it just gives you peace of mind and you can go back to watching your TV show.